just once, I'd like to talk to a guard shack employee that isn't stoned or high half the time. I finally got a phone number for him. He goes, yeah, you can't come in right there. I see where you're at on my camera. I go, how do I get to your guard shack then? You have barricades all the way. Well, I absolutely had full intentions on coming in on this video and telling you guys, well, we got to get the old girl up and running. She's been sitting for 2 weeks and it's probably going to take a little bit to get her up and running. Walked out the door, had to shed some clothes. So for 2 weeks it has been about -5 for a high, and it's gotten down to as low as -25. Not counting that beautiful wind chill that takes it down to -45. And I told myself, well, let's just go ahead and set. For 1 week I had it actually scheduled to set. The second week I decided last minute just go ahead and set and not go through it. You two, chill out in here. No, don't get up. Don't get up. You chill out in here. No, stop, Jax. You guys chill out in here. I'm going to go out, get what's done, has to be done. And then we'll discuss a little bit more later on what's going on with you guys. Yeah, fuel's a little foggy. Now, it's been a while since we put fuel filters on this truck on camera. So just a friendly reminder, you do not need to use a wrench of any sort when you put those back on. I use this to take them off. I hand tighten them. So if you hand tighten them and you have to use this to get them off, trust me, they'll be tight enough. And you do not need to wrench them down with one of these. As for trucking, we are heading for Topeka, Kansas tonight. I have to tell you what's in the trailer because I'm not 100% sure. But I just got the call that the trailer should be ready here shortly. Right now, the weather down in Kansas is iffy. It's questionable. They are above zero at least now, but they are expecting a pretty good ice storm tonight. That could be kind of fun. Set for 2 weeks and avoid all the ice, all the snow. Actually, we just avoided the cold. I'm okay with snow. I don't like dealing with cold. And if I didn't have to, I didn't have to. Cold. Cold is just miserable. And it was miserable cold. pooped or eaten, Opie. Come on. A lot of times I will like to put airline antifreeze in the line that runs from the compressor to the dryer, just in case there might be some ice in there. We got the hood shut, we fired her up, and I am going to play it by ear on that one. Well, I better go in the house and see if we have some water. This is at my neighbor's place right across the street. I was just pulling first class around front. That way when Troy gets home from school here, he can just park it right where the truck usually sits. I seen those cones and we got a geyser. I fully expected us to have water actually, because they haven't shut it off to fix that yet. But the water pressure seems it's coming out good. Let me think here. My water line runs from the house to the middle of the to right here. Right across the street. I'm trying to decide if that would have anything to do with my water system for when they shut it off. Well, we're giving another 30 minutes before we leave. The kids will at least be home from school, so we can say toodaloo. Then we're getting on the road and get some trucking in. As Troy would say, do you want to get high? You can't get high off of hemp, but Troy thinks you can, apparently, because he says I'm getting you high now when I give you these new beautiful things. Are they working? I don't know yet. Too new to tell. I'll let you know in about 2 weeks. Go up through the alley. I'm not even going right?
No. Is Troy trying to put his truck into the garage?
I'm not even gone yet. I moved my semi up front for he could park his pickup beside the garage.
Oh my God.
Oh, it's there for the long haul. He plugged it in. My pickup is there for the long haul, Paige. He's got it plugged in. You believe that?
Yeah, I do. Because it's my brother.
That's ridiculous. I'm not even going yet and my pickup gets shipped out. That's always been the ongoing rule with the pickup with the garage is, hey, if I'm at work, you can go ahead, pull my pickup out, pull yours in, do whatever you need to it.
He just puts it in there to put it in there.
I'm not even gone yet and he's done it. Alrighty, so yeah, I lost my place in the garage already, but now we're leaving town. We're gonna run up to Sioux City, Iowa, is where we're gonna pick up our trailer, and it's gonna be loaded already if you're new around here, and then we are going to drag it down to Topeka, Kansas, where we are going to drop it off and pick up an empty trailer. Topeka, Kansas from Sioux City is 265 miles. Some of you were asking if I could throw in some miles in there. It's 265 miles. From here to Sioux City, it's 50 miles. My lava light just fell off. That poor little feller. We're gonna have to glue that back on. I just completely ruined my glasses. They were broken and I tried super gluing them, and I did super glue them, but there's glue everywhere. I'm not going to be able to see out these darn things. My eyes are going to be bleeding by the end of the week. I don't even know when I can get new glasses in. Not good. Not good at all. Like I've rattled off in the past, I'm not blind. I can still actually see. Well, no, I can't see when I need to read. It's just not happening. Reading is not going to happen. But distance wise, I can see still, but it just hurts my eyes really bad. All right, it's time for new glasses. I held off as long as I could, had them in my pocket, and I broke them. Well, we are hooked up. We are in here in Sioux City. You guys got to see me all hooked up, and got to see me do some logbook there. You got to hear me talk about how my eye is getting very agitated, so there must be some blue something going up into my eye, so I can't put the glasses on right now. You guys got to see all that, right? No, you did not get to see any of that, because Kirk did not push record once. Not once. Did I push it this time? Yes, I pushed it this time. Oh, I get all done. I'm like, okay, that's enough footage for here. Let's get out of here. I look at the camera. I'm like, oh, you didn't push record, Kurt. Right now we have 42,000 pounds worth of pork liver in the trailer. Pork liver. I had one of you subscribers have left a comment a few times asking, what do they do with pork liver, Kurt? I must know. Well, if you must know what they do with pork liver, it goes into dog food. Maybe China or maybe somebody'd eat it, but it goes into dog food here. Ah, big one.
Some guys, they don't tell me, and then they do the whole process where they go through here and then I gotta move.
Oh, no, big one. I think I've officially reached the grumpy old truck driver status. Get these copies, these pink copies. Usually they give me two, a yellow one and a pink one, or a yellow one and a white one, but I get two. The gal's like, no, we only give one. I'm like, no, gotta have two. Gonna have to reprint it. And I was struggling not to be a grumpy old man. It's getting tougher. Now I'm in the search for concrete. I need some concrete. Back there at the yard, there was not an ounce of usable soil to slide tandems. There's some. And then back here where I was getting fuel, there was not a usable ounce of surface to be able to slide tandems. My tandems on the trailer are slid up like usual, a little bit too far. We got to move them back. But everywhere we've been going, is still 100% snow covered, ice covered, or slush covered. And I need to be able to slide them. And I tried sliding them, and unless you have a solid surface, they're not going to slide. There you go. By the time I set the brakes, move it around, those pins are locked in, it'll be about perfect, and we can get a nice ride out of it, not a bouncy ride out of it. I needed this. I needed good pavement. We just will address the elephant in the room. You guys do not see a German Shepherd behind me. I did not go to McDonald's. I figured I'd just take that quick little clip and just show you McDonald's. He has a chiropractor appointment Tuesday night. And I just started him on those new chewables. These glasses are driving me nuts now. There's super glue all over that lens. And it actually irritates the eye a little bit. So Opie is not with us this week. It's just you and me. Luckily it's a short week for you guys because I have another jazz band competition I need to drive the school bus for, and not bus, van for. And Troy's birthday, there's a lot of snow. Is at the end of the week. We gonna make it? Yeah, we just had to shave some snow off of that drift. So. Come on, you almost got it. You're so close. So close. You're almost to the truck. He's been trying. It's been about 6 miles now. And right when he gets almost to where he can pass me, we hit a little tiny bridge knoll and it knocks him down like 3-4 miles per hour. Then he has to start all over. I kind of feel bad for him. Come on. I don't feel bad enough to let up though. There's no traffic around us. We're not holding anybody up. He's just giving her all the nuts and bunnies and hamsters and wheels and everything you can possibly say. He's trying, man. No one gets anywhere if you just give it to him. You got to make them work for it a little bit at least. Come on. You're almost to the door. Oh, I can almost see your hood. You're getting there. You're getting there. Nice and flat. I don't see any bridges ahead. You might be able to do it. You guys didn't think that I just stopped because I had a German Shepherd with me all the time, did you? I stop all the time because I stop all the time. Excuse me. Alright, so we are in Auburn, Nebraska right now. We just stopped, stretched our legs, grabbed a bite to eat, put the couch down, which I can't do that when the German's with me. I'd rather have the German with me, don't worry. But I think I'm kind of losing my German. Back home, Sarah's really enjoying Opie being around. You see, Jax doesn't, well, he doesn't warm up to Warden much. And apparently here lately, he hasn't even been letting Warden pet him. I don't know what that's all about. But Opie are soaking the attention anywhere he can get it. And now he's to the point to where she feeds him. And then after that, he walks around, goes outside for a little bit, comes inside, and goes into the bedroom and basically tells Sarah that it is bedtime. He goes in there, lays beside the bed, and then she goes in and they go to bed. That was the routine for the 2 weeks we were home, is that's what he would do. And, well, Sarah's getting kind of used to it. She's kind of digging it. She's kind of liking having Opie around. I asked her how things were going tonight. She goes, "This is really nice having a dog that loves me." I go, "Jax loves you. Don't worry. He just has different ways of showing it." And she goes, "Well, he always is coming up to you, wanting hugs, wanting petted, wanting all kinds of attention. Not me. Opie, he comes up to me and does everything." I go, "Because Opie's a lover. Jax is a fighter." I don't know. Here we're back in the truck. I just want to get him feeling a little better in his joints, and the cold weather's not really helping a whole lot. Plus, like I said, he's got a chiropractor appointment tomorrow night that I really want him to be at. I don't want him to miss it. So that's what's going on there. We're gonna get back on the road. We're not much further, maybe about 75 miles left until we're down in Topeka. The plan, I shouldn't say this because it kind of jinxes every once in a while. The plan is once we get down here to do a churn and burn and start heading back north, because apparently there is a good chunk of ice rolling across Kansas, and I don't really want to get stuck in ice. Well, the past 30 miles, it's been kind of cool. It's like running in a spring rainstorm. Of course, you always got to be a little bit on edge when you're running in a rainstorm and it's 34 degrees. The trees are starting to get a little shiny down here in Topeka. We met our first salt truck. He was heading north out of Topeka. That makes you a little on edge. You just kind of think, don't switch, don't switch, don't switch. You don't want it to flash freeze either. But as long as I'm not feeling any ice, because our feet reach up and feel on the outside of the mirrors, and as long as I'm seeing plenty of road spray in the lights of the trailer, you're usually in pretty good shape. Now we passed a truck. I got a closed road ahead of me. We passed a truck, and I don't know if he was just going slow, taking things easy, but we were only running 64 when we passed him. It's been a while since this has happened. What I think is happening is this road down here outside of the plant that we are delivering in, I think it's flooding. probably been about 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 8 years more. Probably 8 years ago, maybe 7 years ago. I was down here and my truck had water all the way up to the first step, and that was my old Freightliner. So to put you in terms of how high that was, if you had a let's say a new Cascadia, it'd be darn near coming in your door. That truck was high. Let's see if I can figure out a way to get across there. Don't go around the barricades. Technically, I did not go around the barricade. It was wide open. There technically was not a sign that said road closed. It's got to be because it's flooding. I stood by the truck for a little bit and I kept looking over at the guard shack that's over there that we usually check in. I didn't see any movement in there. So we're going to go over to their day shift guard shack and see if we can get in there that way. This looks open. At least this way looks open. But yes, don't go around the barricades. I went around the barricades because you could see where I was delivering. It was right there. It's 1 block away. I just didn't see the other barricades that was blocking off to get to where I needed to go after I got to that 1 block. Oops. Patience, patience, patience. Patience, patience, patience. Well, there's nobody in that guard shack. What usually happens is you have to go to the one guard shack you guys seen on camera a second ago, check in, and then you come around, and then you can go in here. Sometimes they will let you in at that guard shack, but that is the exit over there. If they think I'm going to trudge through a foot of water to get to them, they have another story coming. I will, I'll drop the trailer right there in the street and say, good luck, guys. Just once, I'd like to talk to a guard shack employee that isn't stoned or high half the time. I finally got a phone number for him. He goes, yeah, you can't come in right there. I see where you're at on my camera. I go, how do I get to your guard shack then? You have barricades all the way around it. I go, do I come down the street? I then have to back up 3 blocks? Or I'll let you in right here. No, you can't. You have barricades in between your guard shack and the gate you're looking at right in front of your face. Stupidity. I am so... That's one thing. I was off for 2 weeks and I need to come back to the stupidity of this world, and I need to whooshaw relax. So now he's refusing to let me in here to pull a U-turn to go back out. So now I need to back out blindside over a bridge to get back over to where I'm going, because he won't let me out through here to pull a U-turn. He really does not want to see me face to face. This is not going to end well for him. Wooshaw. 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 Right? You rub your ears, you say wooshaw, it calms you down. I always just say patience, patience, patience. But it's rainy, and I get to blindside back over that bridge. cowboy boots. They are they're at the shoot place there in town where I live. and they are getting stretched because they're just a little too tight. He's got a boot stretcher. And then my other pair of shoes, my hiking boots, they leak. They're pretty old. So I actually have what I call my good tennis shoes on. And I'm not going to get them covered in mud. So I throw on these little booties. They're about like those leather covers a lot of guys wear over their boots. But these I can just dispose of. I don't have to worry about bringing the mud into the truck. By no means, they don't hold the water out, but at least they keep the big mud off. And you gotta put new ones on every time you get in and out of the truck. They're not reusable. Right now I'm just going through our trailers to see if there's any totes or tubs that need to go back north. Nope, there's not. But if you buy a box of them, I used to wear these all the time. But if you buy a box of them, they come with like 5,000 or something like that in them. I have no clue where I can them from. I got them from Amazon, but I don't know what through. Before I forget, I always think of things to tell you guys when I'm driving down the road. And earlier I had forgotten to tell you about it. It's been a while since I've talked about new channels or channels that I watch every once in a while. And I've seen a few people comment in my videos that they miss the everyday videos, or almost everyday videos. I'm not probably going to go back to those by no means, but Trucking with Fitz, it's another YouTube channel. I'll put it in the description. He's been around for a little bit. I recognize he's been putting daily ones out. And it seems like a pretty good cat. He's from Iowa. He's a truck driver in Iowa and runs around in Iowa. But he explains things pretty good. He pulls a flatbed. So Trucking with Fitz. You get bored or you need another fix of another trucking channel, go check that one out. We were here for 2 hours. This took us a while. Looking at the radar, I don't know if we're going to make it back up to the city without running into some ice. We are empty. That is one thing that kind of weighs on you a little bit when you're trucking. I'm going to run till my spray from my tires kind of starts going away and the road starts getting a little bit more shiny. And then we'll start looking for a place, I think. Everything's kind of up in the air right now. I truly do try to be a good person, a nice person, a polite person, a kind-hearted person, a person with patience. I really do try those things. Sometimes they just don't work out. Don't worry, I didn't yell at the kid. I didn't cuss him out. I didn't say anything mean. Just kindly pointed out that those big things in front of the building are called barricades. He didn't know what they were called. 465 miles is all we put in today. I'm pretty sure I couldn't see more than 25 yards ahead of me for a good chunk of that 465 miles. You add into it some rain, you add into it some ice. I don't know if the camera picked it up at all, how the road was deteriorating as we were heading back north. But then we reached to where it quit raining, and then it went to fog. The fog came back because it warmed back up and the roads cleared up, and then we just had to deal with the fog. And of course that little debacle down in Topeka. Not sure how much we're going to leave in on that video, on that recording. I'm not 100% sure how much we're going to leave in because I was rather moody, whiny. You guys know how I get. Okay, so we are in Purcellville, Iowa right now. Exit 10 right off of Interstate 29. We're going to camp out here just because my eyes feel like they're about to pop out of my head. And, well, that's a good enough reason. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please subscribe if you haven't. And if you haven't subscribed, that's okay. I'll be alright. You guys stay safe. And as always, I'll see you next time.